Alright, I'm here to talk about The Batman. I'll give you my review, which will probably deteriorate into some sort of a just hit piece on the movie, because that's how I am. But it was alright. I just think I'm done with superhero movies. I'm fucking done with them. I didn't realize I was done with them until this past weekend. I tried watching The Batman and Spider-Man Far From Home, and I couldn't get through Spider-Man. I'm like 30 minutes into it. Whatever. But The Batman, I watched all 3 hours, and it was okay. It's just, it didn't captivate me. I don't know. Really, where you lose me is with the fighting. You know, you got a guy kicking the shit out of like 10 people, and he's wearing 100 pounds of armor. And he's like a fucking ninja, kicking the shit out of 10 people at once. I can't suspend my disbelief for that. Not more than once, and it happens 1,000 fucking times. Alright, at least in the other Batmans in the Nolan trilogy, they showed him training with Ra's al Ghul, or whatever the fuck. And he trained, and it was a badass group of mercenaries and ninjas and whatever, and the Flower or something. And they trained, and he trained, and it was plausible. Okay, this guy could kick the shit out of people. Now you got in the new one, Taylor Pattinson walking around, wearing 100 pounds of armor, kicking the shit out of 10 men, and there's no explanation for it. It's like, yeah, but he's rich. What? There's no explanation. And that I could stomach. It's not even like my big qualm with the movie. Batman kicking the shit out of people. It's Catwoman. They got Catwoman out there, kicking the shit out of like 10 men. Hiya! Why-ya! Me-ya! And she's out there kicking the shit out of people. I can't stomach that. It makes me fucking sick. And I don't know, they failed in one way or another, because it got to the point where there's a scene where Falcone, the mob boss, is choking the shit out of her. And I don't know if it was because of the fighting and all that shit that pissed me off, or just their failure to get me invested in the right characters. But at that moment, I felt myself rooting for Falcone. He was choking. I was like, yeah, do it. Do it. And he didn't do it, of course. She came back, hiya! Why-ya! Because it turns out the good guys are virtuous. So she had a lot of virtue, and she kicked his ass, or whatever. I don't know. Either way, you lose me there. You know, I'm done with... If I see one more woman kick the shit out of a man on television or a movie, I'm going to beat the shit out of my girlfriend. I'm just going to beat the shit out of her. I'll be standing over her, kicking her in the fucking ribs, letting out all my pent-up misogyny from watching all these fucking movies. You're not so brazen now, are you? Laura Linney? You fucking bitch! I'm kidding, folks. I don't even have a girlfriend. And I doubt videos like this are going to help me get one. But nevertheless. Or maybe I was kidding there, and I really do have a girlfriend. And she's at home praying that Ocean's 9 doesn't come out. Could be either way. But anyway, overall it was a decent movie. You know, there was like I said, he's a detective in this one, so it's got a whole different feel to it. He's not intended to be such a badass. He's still badass enough to kick the shit out of 10 people. But the gunplay is really what pisses me off. The gunplay. This fucking guy can take a machine gun at close range, and he just brushes it off, and we, the audience, is supposed to go, yeah, but he's a billionaire, so he's probably got, like, the best fucking... No. Machine gun at close range. Let alone a pipe to the back of the fucking head. How good is his armor? How is he even fucking able to move around? He's so mobile and agile. He got hit with a fucking pipe to the back of the head, and he brushed it off like it was nothing. It's too much. But one thing that I did like that they did in this was acknowledge his dumbass rule. Batman's got this rule, no guns. No guns. It's like, hey, asshole, you're walking around in military armor. Military-grade armor. Your super armor. You're telling people that don't have armor, maybe a fucking vest on, hey, no guns. Commissioner Gordon was like, nah, I'm going to bring a gun. Fucking dumbass. You know, one thing that I wish they did, which would make it more realistic, is have people make fun of him. Like they have cops seeing him, 100 cops seeing him for the first time in person, and nobody says anything. Like, you look like an asshole. What are you going for with the bat? What the fuck happened to you? What's wrong with you? You know, I want them to bully him, but they don't bully him. Instead, it's like this, you know, quiet respect or whatever. I don't know. Either way, fucking Paul Dano was the Riddler, which was, you know, the Riddler itself is a good complimentary character for a detective Batman, which is what they were going for. And that was a lot of fun. Anything with the Riddler was a lot of fun. You know, there was this one scene where I felt like they kind of lost me, where they had the Batman interrogating the Riddler, and the Riddler starts singing that song Ave Maria, which they beat the shit out of this song over the course of 3 hours. But he's singing that, just showing he's mad and deranged, and his plan, he just told the Batman and whatever. And Batman's supposed to be cracking, so Batman starts punching the fucking glass. Where is she? Where is she? And I just started laughing my ass off. And I could tell from the musical cues that I wasn't supposed to be laughing, but I was laughing. So they fucked up with this movie in one way or another. And yeah, he definitely sounds like Christian Bale when he's angry. I don't know if that's unavoidable or whatever, but that's what I got from that. And also, Commissioner Gordon is black. So right away when I saw that, I said, the people that made this movie, they're good people. They're like really good people. There's no question about that. And also Catwoman too. She's, you know, I don't know if she's black or whatever. She's got something going on, and they're very good people, the people that made this movie. Whatever. I'm just done with superhero movies, you know. I tried watching Spider-Man Far From Home. I think I mentioned that at the top of the video. I'm 32 minutes into the movie. No joke, 32 minutes into the movie. They're in Paris or something right now. I don't know. But either way, it's so childish. That is not only a superhero movie, but it's a kid's superhero movie. I just can't do the kid shit. You know, he's sitting there trying to, like, you know, get to sit next to Mary Jane on the plane and arrange it, you know, so he can sit next to Mary Jane. And then everything goes wrong. Yikes! And Screech comes over. Yikes! And now Screech is sitting there, and he gets to go sit with the guy or whatever. And just all this happenstance and coinky-dink shit. I don't think I'm ever going to get through that movie. This was also, I could watch No Way Home or whatever next week. I don't think I'm going to watch any of them. I'm just done with superhero movies. I'm a miserable son of a bitch. And I'm probably just going to rewatch True Detective. So, thanks for tuning in.